Hi and welcome to the Market Alert for Monday the 29th of September 2025. So stock surges, dip buyers emerge. Silver soars to 11-year high. Gosh, who would have thought it? After all these years, 50 years to be exact, of the market being suppressed, it's now being unleashed. And we're off to the races again as far as the stock market is concerned. The pullback that I spoke about last week lasted all of one day. So is Santa en route now? That makes you think it may be the case. So stocks again on inline PC with dollar pairing some recent strength. Yes, the dollar was down slightly. Also, this meme is doing the rounds, and this is one that was created by Trump. It's on his, Truth Social, or whatever they call it. Life imitating art here. We may be seeing a situation where he may be going. Who knows? Who knows? I wouldn't put anything past Trump personally. Where are we with economic news? Let's have a quick look for today. We got Spanish flash news, pending home sales, and Trump speaks at 6:15 p.m. this evening. Have we got any big news this week, like CPI or non-farm? We've got non-farm. Actually, we've got both, haven't we? We've got both. We've got CPI. Oh no, that's the flash. That's not the CPI, the one that they manipulate the numbers with. Well, they manipulate the numbers with all of them, don't they? But we've got ADP on Wednesday, so if we got that, then on Thursday, let's have a look. Unemployment claims, yep, normal one, and then we've got non-farm payrolls. So this will be a very interesting one, actually. Last time it was 22k. Blimey, I can't believe we've come around to this one again already. 51k, so that will be a bit of a negative. But Trump is going to be looking for he's probably looking for the 51 actually, and then still expecting Powell to actually cut rates as well. So let's see when we get to Friday. It's a bit early in the week at the moment, but there's no CPI. There's the jolts as well. That was the other one. You get the three in the week. You get the jolts, the ADP, and the non-farm payrolls. Right, let's have a look at the markets from Friday and kick off with the Dow. So in the Dow, that Thursday's correction was all done and dusted, and then on Friday the market reversed with some new buying. Momentum is still above the halfway line in the stochastics, and 46,717 remains there as the all-time high. We just go from the recent high to the recent low. We're at 62% retracement at the moment. The golden ratio, as it's known, we need to take this out to head back to the all-time high, but in between that, of course, we've got to take out the 78 and 89, and there's one market that's doing that at the moment, which we'll look at in just a moment. 30-minute charts, the morning electronic, obviously, then we had the cash market. We had a bit of a sell-off, but then the buyers came back in, reversed the market, and that's where we are at the moment. We're above the high as well. All of that said, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get some sort of selling at the open and then a turnaround from there. But at the moment, the market sideways to higher. And even in the German DAX, the sideways remains intact at the moment, depending on where you want to draw it. But you can see it's sideways. You need to take out these lines here. Let me just move this back over. You need to take out all of this resistance here. We're at the 50 EMA as well, crucial level. This needs to be taken out and become a support in order to maintain any sort of move to the upside. The all-time high is there at 24,644, but at the moment we've got some buyers coming in on Thursday of last week and Friday, bit of follow through there as well. Momentum still on the upside too. 30-minute chart for the DAX, we moved higher. We had a pullback for a couple of hours, and then we took off with the US markets, and that's the way it's been. And overnight prices continue to move to the upside there. In the S&P 500, you can see the markets moving up quite nicely too. So from the all-time high, we've taken out the 38, the 50, and the 62. So now 78, 89, and this is where you can measure whether there is a true momentum back to the upside or not. You will need to see the market take out the 78 and 89 and then the all-time high. And if it drives through there, then we're back on the upside. 30-minute charts, not a lot happening in the electronic session. Then we move to the cash market. The market tries to sell off, and again you've got that climatic volume and the buying coming into the market, prices then moving to the upside there. And speaking of more momentum, this is the one I was alluding to earlier when we were looking at the Dow. You can see there that the FT100 is now at the 89% retracement. It's all-time high, sitting just above here, and I cannot for the love of money understand why this market is where it is, purely and simply because of how polite can I be, the moron that we've got running this country at the moment. It beggars belief that this market's like this, the most hated man in the country, the most hated government we've ever had, I think, as well. And yet the market continues to move higher, and we're not that far off the all-time high. There are no words. There simply are no words apart from manipulation, high-frequency trading, and AI. They're the only three I can come up with there, and there's probably others as well. But it's just somebody's paying somebody. It's just not, doesn't make any sense. There's a complete and utter disconnect between reality and these markets going to the upside, and the valuations are extreme, probably the highest in history. If you ever got around to look into Mike Maloney's video on valuations, unbelievable. But anyway, it is what it is. That's the direction it's travelling in at the moment, and if we head into a sort of a Santa rally, then expect more to the upside. Let's have a look at the US dollar. So the US dollar, as it said in the headlines, pairing some of the gains from Friday and also down on the overnight. This is good news for anybody that's owning metals at the moment, which I have been for many years, despite the zero return except grief. But that's all turned around now. It was, as John Paul Getty said, buy it when nobody else wants it, and it will pay dividends in the end. And certainly that appears to be the case at the moment. I'm not going to tempt fate and say that it's going to continue, because who knows what the bankers may have in store. Right, let's have a look at those metals and start with silver. So silver, well, up again on Friday. No Smackdown Fridays now. The market moving up, and also up on the overnight as well. We're currently, I tell you what, let me just go back to that and let's just have a look, see where we're actually trading at the moment. 47.16, $50 is on the cards. We're only $3 away now and a few cents. So, well, $2 and 84. So in the metals, silver on Friday putting in 47.16. So what's that? About $2.84 to the all-time high of $50. Wow. So certainly impressive there. As you can see, the move on Friday, and hopefully we'll get the same move today. We're finding support at Friday's high at the moment, so a bit of a move up there in Asia, but also hammered back a bit. Gold also making new all-time highs at 3,812. I said 4,000 by Christmas. Way back months ago we had that pullback in the market, which if I can just get rid of that and move the chart over, you'll see there where we had a consolidation phase for 3 months, and then the market has broken out. So we could have that also, but I think that'll happen when we get to $4,000 per ounce. And then there's always the situation where gold at 400, silver over 50, and then it'll make the headlines, and then the masses will start moving in. So we'll just have to wait and see. But there's the gold price for Friday. It didn't move as fast as silver, so let's have a look at the gold-silver ratio. And yeah, we can see, can't we, this has fallen out a bit. It can keep falling as well. Go down to 15-1 and send the gold price to 10,000. That'd be ideal for me. We can see there that we're down on the gold-silver ratio, but nowhere near the all-time average, which is, I think, is 15-1, somewhere in that region. So it just goes to show you the disconnect also with gold and silver ratio. So we'll wait and see. So let's have a quick look at Friday's trades before I conclude. So on Friday in the pre-market session, we see the futures market moving high. We get a shakeout with the this is the pre-futures on this part. This is 7 a.m. As you can see there, it's just gone past 7. And the market having a shakeout and then starting to move lower there. We then kick off with a sharp trade to the upside, and then we see some selling coming into the market. The market then moves sideways. We get a third trade trying to move back to the upside, and prices then managing to break out before they return, which you'll see in just a moment. We had this pull back to the BRN, and then the market moved back to the upside and took the trade out there. Market moving down. Seems to be something wrong with this recording. It's very jumpy, so I apologise for that. So the market then moves back down, which you can see there, heading towards the midday 10 o'clock cutoff. Notice the 200 MA there, how it supports prices as well. And then we get into the late morning where the Dow futures rally. That brings the market back up. There's the PCE numbers, that's a relief. And then we get into the afternoon where prices follow the Dow and the S&P until we have this trade here where they send the market back below the high, but it doesn't stay like that for long. Market then drifts slightly lower, and as it heads into the evening, it comes back above the high there once more with the US markets. So Friday, not a bad day at all, just the one losing trade, which was in the morning session there, as prices wanted to move higher. You can see it there, and then moving back up. So all in all, good day for Friday. Today, let's have a look, see where we are. At the moment, we're still, are we above the high? We are above the high at the moment, so that's a positive. All of the averages are in the right order, apart from the 5, which is below the 20 at the moment. But at the R1, it's only 5 minutes to 7, so we should see the futures open shortly and probably shake out and then move back to the upside. Right, that's it for this one. Let's see what happens today. It is NFP week, so we'll see also how that affects the market as well going forward. Have a great day, and as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.